The return of Tokyo Ghoul, a return of an anime that has been anticipated for the better part of 2 years now. Year by year, we've anticipated the return of the Tokyo Ghoul anime. However, at the end of the day, we've sadly been disappointed year by year, seeing as it is still yet to make its return. At this point, many are simply questioning if Tokyo Ghoul, the anime itself, will ever once again see the light of day, seeing as we waited so long for a new season to air, and many are simply questioning what the status on the future of the Tokyo Ghoul anime currently happens to be. Now, after what we saw out of Tokyo Ghoul Route A, and partially even what we saw when encompassing the very first season of Tokyo Ghoul, as far as the anime went, many at this point are not only questioning where the third season of Tokyo Ghoul the anime is, Tokyo Ghoul Re, the anime adaptation of Tokyo Ghoul Re, but if Tokyo Ghoul Season 3 or Tokyo Ghoul Re will even be the next thing that we will see in regards to the Tokyo Ghoul anime. Now, essentially, this is questioning if Tokyo Ghoul will receive a reboot and just simply start from square one, and it's a known fact that the anime at points has failed to follow the manga and just strayed completely away from the manga in return, which causes problems, of course, and many simply don't like this and believe that the anime should receive a reboot, mainly and particularly because of this reason. Now, when it comes to my personal opinion, there are really 3 options I could see the people working on Tokyo Ghoul taking in terms of the future of the Tokyo Ghoul anime. Option 1 would simply to be just completely rebooting the entire series and take an approach that is heavily centered around the manga, rarely ever straying away from the manga, and not having a shit ton of fillers such as what we saw out of both seasons of Tokyo Ghoul respectively. Now, option 2 would be a reboot, of course, but to reboot from Route A and leave the original season as it is. Now, in my opinion, Route A definitely is the season of Tokyo Ghoul with the more problems that are present and would ultimately benefit from a reboot that in return would go back to fix many of the aspects that were errors when seen within the anime and contrasting the manga. And the final option that I see fit would be to just simply leave Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Route A in the past and just look on into the future and go and work on Tokyo Ghoul Re and adapting that into an anime edition. Now, this option could work if the anime producers are to follow the manga in contrast to what we saw in terms of the original Tokyo Ghoul and Route A. This could as well act as a redemption point for the anime adaptation of Tokyo Ghoul overall if they are to follow the manga to the teeth. But then again, you'd still have the lingering thought of Tokyo Ghoul and Route A. Many at the end of the day, though, simply believe that they should just say fuck it and start from square one of Tokyo Ghoul, and in doing this, they'd hopefully follow the manga closer than what they did in the past and not have as many problems in general as far as the story goes, as far as the anime itself goes. Now, when it comes to my personal opinion, I can see why you'd want to reboot Route A. However, I personally am of the belief that Tokyo Ghoul, the original season, was fine. It wasn't perfect, but it was fine. It followed the manga decently in contrast to Route A, which Route A was a pure shit show, let's be honest here. I'd personally be all for a reboot of Route A if Tokyo Ghoul were to be rebooted, and I'd hope that they'd fix Route A because, if I'm being honest, Route A was absolutely horrible, as I said before. Now, something interesting, however, that they could do if they choose to reboot from square one would be to squash everything together and make Tokyo Ghoul into a long-running anime, as opposed to simply splitting Tokyo Ghoul into numerous seasons like we've seen in the past. Or maybe they could just at least combine Tokyo Ghoul and the content that was presented in Route A, as within the manga there was no Route A whatsoever, there was just Tokyo Ghoul, and now there's Tokyo Ghoul Re. Now, I'd hope that they dedicate time to adapt all the way through the first Tokyo Ghoul manga if they were to reboot from square one, as I'd hate to have to wait any longer for an adaptation of Tokyo Ghoul Re after having to wait again for an adaptation of the content that we'll see within a reboot of Tokyo Ghoul Route A. And at the end of the day, though, if Tokyo Ghoul is to receive a reboot in terms of the anime, I do think it would be the best idea to have the reboot geared towards creating an adaptation that follows the manga simply to the teeth. At the same time, though, I've waited since 2015 for an adaptation of Tokyo Ghoul Re to hit, and understandably would be somewhat disappointed if Tokyo Ghoul were to reboot after the anticipation I've had for over 2 years now for Re to be adapted. But then again, it would definitely be better for the anime in general at the end of the day when it comes to the story of the anime specifically. But with that being said, tell me all you guys think about the future of Tokyo Ghoul in the comment section below. Do you guys want Tokyo Ghoul to be rebooted, or do you just want them to say, fuck it, let's go ahead and adapt Tokyo Ghoul Re? And leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed, and subscribe for new. Peace.